Another short kick out here to Bobby Hill. Will take the mark just outside his defensive 50 for the Pies. That one came from Harvey Harrison, that pass to him. So Dean and Harrison have looked impressive.
Yeah, they definitely have. And you look at coming into a premiership defence side as well. Again, that's what Richmond have lacked, is just that polish inside 50, and you can't take it away from the Collingwood defenders, just their ability to cut that ball off, run in numbers and be able to support each other.
Only a few seconds left before the three-quarter time siren. Oh, a wobbly kick forward by Grimes. Here he is, Steely Green.
Look at the smile on Jack.
Oh, I love it. Love it. He's come to cleanse the pool at three-quarter time at Icon Park. It's Collingwood firmly in control now, 8:11:59. Richmond at times have been a bit wasteful, 3:14:32. Sarah Hoskins here, Joey Montagna, Barry Denner, of course, the people's caller. You know him, you love Ash Stewart, you love Nat Unides, you love Triple M footy, and we are back for 2024. From McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy.
The footy's on Triple M.
That quarter for Bunnings Warehouse.
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks footy.
The band that started in a Seattle garage and went on to become one of the biggest stadium rock bands on the planet is back, announcing a world tour and a brand new album.
Hey, this is Matt.
This is Mike.
This is Eddie. And Stone Gossard from Pearl Jam.
Triple M presents Pearl Jam live on their Dark Matter World Tour with special guests, the Pixies, Marvel Stadium, November 16 and 18. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.au.
Moving home? Move with Energy Australia and get up to $100 in move-in credits off your first bill. That's right, $50 for electricity and $50 for gas. Now that's a good move. Join today at energyaustralia.com.au or call 139 192. Offer available to eligible moving Vic and New South Wales residential customers only. Conditions apply. Limit of $150 credit including GST per new energy account per customer address with selected plans.
Dead set, man. Liquid Nails exteriors stays set. Dead set.
Whew. Even under UV rays?
Dead set.
Even in the heat?
Dead set.
Whew.
Selly's Liquid Nails exterior stays set. Dead set. If it's Selly's, it works.
BP is giving you the chance to win a luxury week city stay in Melbourne to be at the motorsport event of the year, valued at up to $50,000. Just by filling up with 30 litres or more at BP and scanning your rewards card, you and a friend could win a 3-day BWT Alpine F1 team experience with a hospitality package and more. Not a BP Rewards member? Join today and start earning entries. For more details, visit bp.com.au/BWT Alpine F1. T's and C's apply.
Can't wait to fast-track your career with deep industry immersion? Apply for your Swinburne VET course now. Swinburne, next gen now.
Lucy keeps acting so distant.
Bill, she just wants to GTFO.
GTFO?
Get the out.
With Pet Circle's fast, free delivery, you can GTFO faster. Minimum order $49. Available in metro cities only. Capacity limits apply. See website for details.
The Total Tools Moorabbin Superstore grand reopening event is on this Wednesday. Bigger store, bigger range, bigger deals and new expert advice. Plus, spend over $250 and get up to 20% of your purchase value back in free tools. You heard right. Spend $250, get $50. Spend $500, get $100. Spend $5,000, get $1,000. Don't miss giveaways, bonuses, demos, free food and drinks and so much more. The Total Tools Moorabbin Superstore grand reopening event is on this Wednesday, 430 Warrigal Road. Total Tools, totally sorted.
Energy bill got you cowering in fear? At Tango Energy, we get it. Life's expensive. That's why we're making bill time easier on your wallet with our low rates. Right now, Tango has some shockingly low rates on offer. And we've made the switch easier than ever with our online sign-up that takes just 2 minutes. Plus, with no lock-in contracts or exit fees, why wait? You could start saving now. Visit tangoenergy.com to see the rates for yourself.
Tango Energy.
If you know what you want for your future, what are you waiting for? Apply for your Swinburne VET course now. Swinburne, next gen now.
Shut up! The footy's on the radio!
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Titanium Caravans.
Pies by 27 points at Icon Park, 8:11:59 to Richmond, 3:14:32 in the first hit out of 2024 for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Of course, you know it. Triple M rocks footy. Don't forget that we are back here tomorrow night from 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time as Carlton take on the Demons. Sarah Hosking, three-quarter time. What are you making of this?
Yeah, Collingwood just starting to take the game away again. Joey's spoken a number of times about their defensive transition and that ability to actually hit the scoreboard off transition. Again, they're just dominating the game. Lipinski coming into the game a little bit more and really hitting up those key targets. And Mason Cox having a little bit of an influence and just being able to really hit the scoreboard as opposed to Richmond, we're in that 3 goals, 14, just unable to actually convert when they get it in there.
Let's get downstairs. Nat Unides has been there all night long for Bob Jane Teammates.
Jack, there's a few... I'm right next to the speaker. Sorry, everybody.
Tell that bloke it's a practice game.
Everyone needs to make some noise according to the ground announcer there. Few tired bodies out here, as you could probably expect. The first competitive hit out for a lot of these guys, and it has been pretty warm. They've been doing the pickle juice shots like their fireball shots. So lucky there's a couple of fresh legs coming on in this final term.
Yes, I want to know about, where's your dad, Sarah? He just tells us a little story. Where's he driving?
I can't quite pronounce exactly where he is. You might have better, but he is currently driving to Western Australia from Melbourne.
What's he doing that for?
He's doing the solo trip just because he loves his gorgeous daughter, Jess.
Yes.
Now, Jess is moving to WA and going to West Coast, so instead, Jess is getting on a plane today, so she had a couple hours, whereas Dad's took off on Monday night and he's still driving on his way to WA.
He's got to drive the car across.
Taking her car.
That's dedication.
That's a dad.
What a wonderful man.
Love Dad. Big shout out, Mark Hosking. Very well done.
Papa Hoskings.
Yep.
Champion.
Joey was a big fan of yours, actually. You'll love me saying
look at
that.
Joey sweating up.
Joey's blushing now.
When's the golf invitation for the Triple M boys?
Well, there you go.
Joey
More
wasn't
than
interested till you said that, Sarah. For McDonald's and Reebok Water, Triple M rocks footy. 27 points up the Pies to start the final term, and Richmond have gone inside forward 50. And they've got an opportunity to go a 45-degree angle about 35 metres out, and the big man in Bolter has taken the mark, and he'll go back and have a shot about 10 metres inside the boundary.
You might find this a little bit of relief. Noel Bolter, he's had Darcy Moore most of the night, but starting this fourth quarter alongside Charlie Dean, just at the moment, looks like Darcy Moore may be on the bench.
Who's dad follow, Sarah?
St Kilda.
St Kilda. He loves Joey.
That's exactly
sort
what
of makes sense.
Favourite.
Yeah, I probably didn't get that. As Bolder kicks across the face of goal and kicks a point, and Richmond have kicked 15 of those tonight. 3-15-33. Plays 8-11-59. And now on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard, we're seconds into the final term.
As Collingwood, as has been their trend all night, they don't waste any time. They want to get the ball as far out of defensive 50 as they possibly can. It's up to the wing. And it'll be balled up.
Joey was telling us earlier, Mr. Hosking, that he got a vote here in his only game at Icon Park. That was right, Joey? Brownlow vote.
What were your stats that
Go shy, Joey.
No, they weren't that impressive. Two-man sent them to me. Was it 3 goals?
3 goals, Joey. 19 disposals.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I like the way Joey asked as if he didn't know.
Just turned the paperwork over there, didn't he, Joey?
I knew exactly what.
Only 19 years of age as well was Joey at the time.
Little baby Joey.
Champion.
Just a quick text message from Mark Hosking. Golf invite on the way, Triple M crew.
Good man.
We're in.
Good man. Schiltz at the base of the pack. Snaps on the left foot. And he can't convert. He's been lively, though.
He's built into this game. Yeah, as the longer the game's gone, the better Lachie Schultz has become. A real grinder, a player that's going to just continue to run all day. He's going to have some big games this year, you would think, for the Pies.
Short will kick to Miller in the back pocket for Richmond. The Tigers now come out of defence with a short pass to Taranto. Long kick back to the wing. Quainer up, he's in front in space. He couldn't complete the mark. Slipped through his fingertips. Goes back onto the footy ground level. Just taps it away from Hopper. The umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt for tapping it out of bounds. And a boundary throw in. True wing position, broadcast side of the ground. 27 points up the Pies. As we tick this one off the list for the Community Cup Series. And Taranto sees the ball bounce off an opposition player's head and into his hands. Hand pass towards Dusty Martin, who broke a tackle, as he does every time he grabs the footy. And on the left foot, he finds Hopper about 70 metres from Richmond's goal. Directs a bit of traffic, looks inside forward 50, going to the right of our broadcast position. The Royal Parade into the ground here at Icon Park. Kicks the full forward, off hands to Dow. Collingwood players swoop around him. It slips through his fingers, and Hoskin Elliott bangs it onto his boot, and it bounces into the centre of the ground for the Pies.
It does, where there's a lot of teammates around with black and white jumpers. Lipinski sweeps a handball out the side bottom, and Hill's got out the back.
Oh.
Marks, plays on, runs to 30, and misses. That would have been a certainty.
He had a few players inside the goal square too.
He's just saving it for under the bright lights of the MCG, Naz.
That's exactly right. He's taken that on the road, that one. I'll just leave that under my belt for now. Kick to Cameron on the wing. Bolton gets in front, and both players sort of together spoil it to ground level. Harvey Harrison lurks for the Pies, but it's punched away from him. Grabbed by Taranto for Richmond. Hand pass over the top to Hopper. Another one to Bolton, another one to Dusty Martin. Not a bad foursome, that one, as Martin forward of the wing goes long with a drop punt inside. And Lafau, is he going to get a free kick? No, against him. And that's disappointing. And the free kick will go to Dean. And he's got it in the back pocket for the Pies, who's looked all right, Sarah, since he's been on.
He has, again, had a real influence at certain times in this game. He's taken a few intercept marks. Good ball user at times as well.
Charlie Dean has done it the hard way through the VAFA system, went to Sandringham under 18s and then Williamstown VFL system, Joey, so it hasn't all been gifted to him. He's 22, so a little older.
It's tough. A couple of first names. Tough.
Another one, so that both names, Charlie Dean.
Shout out to Farron Ray. Got me thinking about that earlier. He's one that you always said first and last name.
Jermaine Jones.
Yes.
Hunter Clark.
Hunter Clark.
Yes.
Here's Jack Ross. At half forward, it kick wasn't a great one. Quaynor chopped it off and then handballed it onto the boots of Jack Ross and out of bounds on the full.
Another one.
Quaynor will take it for the Pies, another who played every game last year and has really found his niche in this Collingwood back half. He pokes a kick up to the wing. Ball set up nicely for Hill. He's 65 out from the Pies goal. Ducks back onto his right foot and then kicks it off the instep. A little grubby ball that might suit Myercheck, who got rid of his man. Left foot grubber. Falls just short, and Nathan Broad mops it up for the Tigers.
Short kick to the back pocket to Pickett, who marks in a bit of space. Can play if he wants, and he does. He looks to the outer side. Low, 45-metre drop punt. No mark taken off hands. Taranto got dragged away without the footy. Umpire let it go. No, he didn't. It'll go back to Taranto. And he's got a defensive side of the wing outer side for the Tigs. They'll try by 24 points. And we are at the 5-minute mark of the final term. The Pies get it back again. Inside forward 50. A one-on-one contest at full forward. No mark taken. Myercheck off hands. Kicks across the body. And he got the fat side of the footy under pressure. And it rolls out of bounds about 20 metres away from the goal mouth.
It might just be a bit of a scrappy fourth quarter. I'm not sure if Nat Yannides listening, but Nat, it looks as if it's starting to get a bit slippery down at ground level, maybe a bit of the humidity, but certainly the ball looks like it's skidding across the turf now.
How little faith you have in me. I'm not listening. Of course I'm listening to you.
Sorry, Nat.
Yeah.
Thought you might have zoned out.
It is a little bit dewy down there, really high humidity. I think the humidity is about 78% at the moment, which is going to be good for Richmond for when they go up to Queensland, because it's always humid in Queensland.
Nat was just on the Bunnings website shopping for a chair for tomorrow night, just so that she's got somewhere to sit.
Yep, and an air conditioner.
Bit of that'd be nice. Lipinski trying to bust his way through. Ball jarred free. And Hopper got boot to ball, but there's two Pies. As Shea Bolton gets Markov high and then buries his head into the turf for good measure. Oh, the Pies can reload as they bring it back to the centre of Icon Park. They lead by 28 points.
Kick to Dean, little hand pass off to Maynard, and he goes across half forward, and the mark taken by probably Hoskin Elliott out there. He's about 70 out from Collingwood's goal. Crowded forward 50, Pies 28 up, and a short pass to side bottom. 60 out in the boundary line. After the grand final, he might back himself from here. No, goes short to McRae. He got manhandled as he got rid of the footy, and he's got a free kick. 45-degree angle, he'd have to kick at 55. So Finn McRae, big raps on him in the pre-season. He goes the three-quarter kick, as Joey said before, just pops it up to full forward, back of the pack Frampton. Off hands because he couldn't trap it. Short kick, grabs it for Richmond. Kicks it out towards half-back where Bolter waited for it. Little hand pass to Ross, another one Taranto. They start to run the Tigers. Hand pass back to Pickett, then goes back to Taranto. Now over the top to Ross. Spins out of a tackle. They've done all right here. And a little short pass from Hopper towards half forward. And Lafau is chasing it, Jack.
He is, Baz. He did okay too. Absorbed the first tackle, but couldn't get through the second. I think he's going to become one of your favourites very quickly. Lafau.
I like him already.
Short. Oof. Blasted as far as he possibly can from the wing. Long ball. Kazitsky was been playing from behind and hasn't really been able to get a look at it tonight, Jacob Kazitsky.
No, he's competed hard, and it's what he's going to do, but I don't think his numbers are too big, man.
Just the 4 disposals, 1 mark, and scoreless.
Big numbers, Ash. Triple M Reds Atlantic stats. What do you got?
Well, Jordan Ngoe, 22 touches and a major, but Lipinski still the number 1 ranked player. 19 disposals, 8 score involvements, 2 goals.
Big game for him. There's a kick out to Schultz. For Madoka. Spots a player inside forward 50 and McInnes who marks. He's marked at about 46 out, 45 degree angle. So we can go back and have a crack for the Pies. Collingwood comfortable here tonight. 28-point leaders at the moment, 9.5 final term. Now McInnes settles with a footy, spins it in his hand. And he'll have a look to the left of our broadcast position. Starts to wander in. Breaks into the obligatory trot. Runs to forward 50. His eyes wide open, bursting out of his head. He wants a goal. He misses. To the left of goals, he gets a point. Collingwood, 29-point leaders now. 9.5 final term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Second behind of tonight, Reef McInnes.
Reef.
It's a new era, Baz. It's a new world.
It is.
Some of these new names. Graham ran into a bit of trouble. He's in half back here, Richmond. Joey's spoken about maybe just that one handball too many a couple of times tonight, and that's probably another example of it. Crisp on the turnover, punches a low flat kick.
Nice.
McInnes marks with his arms extended out, 30 metres out, directly in front.
It does feel it's a bit of a battle between McInnes and Ash Johnson for a spot in the forward line. We mentioned earlier they went with Ash Johnson getting the starting spot. He had some nice moments. He also dropped a couple of opportunities, a couple of marks and a fumble. He could have been able to hit the scoreboard a little bit more, but McInnes gets his chance late in this one to impress.
Kicked 3 goals last week in the hit out against North Melbourne. He's spot on here. Kicks his first at the 11-minute mark of the final quarter. The Pies are running away with this one now. On the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard, and 9-14-68 Richmond. 3-15-33.
Yeah, great finish from McInnes. And again, we start to talk about some of those players that are likely on the cusp of trying to prove themselves and whether or not that they can come into the game and be in that starting team for round 1. And McInnes just having an impact last week as well. His ability to hit the scoreboard, big body.
Bob Jane T-Mart's Nat.
Yeah, Dylan Grimes and Dion Prestia are done for the day. They've both been put on ice. No injuries there, but obviously Dion Prestia coming back from that hamstring strain that he suffered in that interim match. So they played around 68% of the match in their first competitive hit out for the year.
What's happening on the Reds, Ash?
Those marks inside 50 since half-time, 7-2 Collingwood's way, and they've only had 5 more entries since half-time.
Lot to like about the Pies as they set up again for 2024, the reigning premier, as Dean streams out from full back as Richmond had an entry and got in front of Kazitsky and took a nice mark sliding to his knees.
It's probably emphasised how important Tom Lynch is going to be to this forward line to get him out there, a focal point, a real star that they can kick to kick them goals. So hopefully he's not too far away from getting back in the lineup.
Dean having that real influence too. He's now 10 disposals, 7 marks and 4 intercepts as well. So really great game from him.
So they share it across half-back here, the Pies. Maynard ends up with it. Still on defensive 50, just outside. Now plays on and runs. Sort of eyes darting everywhere, just looking for someone. McCreary ended up the target, but he had Broad in front of him, who stood his ground for the Tigers and killed the footy, slapped it out of bounds. True wing position, 9-14-68 Collingwood, 3-15-33 Richmond. 13 final term, Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Nice tap there from Frampton. slick around the stoppage, Collingwood. And Harrison bangs it inside their forward 50. Johnson's been lively, did well there. Follows up with a handball to McCreary. Little left foot kick to the hot spot. Bit of holding going on. Umpire let it go. Baker on the turnaround for Richmond. Right up the middle, good kick. He's got Noah Bolter. He had to wait for the cavalry to arrive. Now Kazitsky is in place inside forward 50. Was bodied out and couldn't gather that loose ball on the ground as well. Frampton. His kick was chopped off by Jack Ross. 60 out, into the pocket. Oh, that was nice. Mark's taken by Baker.
It's marked by Baker, but he was the one that kicked the ball in defensive 50 that hit Noah Bolter through the middle of the ground. So that's exceptional work rate by the acting skipper tonight. Playing as basically a forward, been in some centre bounces as well, but playing as a centre forward player this season for Richmond.
Kicked 12 goals last season. Did spend a bit more time forward last year, but some of that, I think, Joey, was out of necessity, wasn't it, really, with some of the injuries that they had?
Yeah, he was there, Mr. Fix-It man, wasn't he?
That's a lovely finish. He forgot the toss before the game, but he hasn't forgotten how to kick goals. Baker with his first. And Richmond's first of this last quarter. They're 4-15-39. Collingwood 9-14-88 on the Triple M, 68 I should say, Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
And they're the kicks inside 50 that they haven't been able to get much of tonight. Richmond, the kick from Jack Ross, a low dart to advantage. Made something out of nothing. Just a part of their game they can work on leading up to that Gold Coast clash in round one. The connection inside 50, finding a few more marks and getting some easier shots at goal rather than have to scramble at ground level.
Ash been doing a bit of work on the crowd, I see. You've had a real good look. What's the number?
Been counting them one by one. I have 6,355 as we speak.
Fantastic.
I'm back in 5 minutes.
Fantastic, Ash.
Final number.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. And it's wonderful to have the ball flying around here tonight at Icon Park as Richmond out of the centre, nice drilling past the half forward. And Kazitsky goes to his knees and plucks it off the turf and takes a mark 45 metres out, slide angle. Impact, Kazitsky up forward.
He hasn't really impacted in regards, but he can. Yes. Yeah, he's going to play a role. He's going to play a big role with his ability to not get out marked, bring the ball to ground. He's going to have Noah Bolter and hopefully Tom Lynch by his side, Samson Ryan as well. So he's going to have some support.
Just the 4 goals for the night for the Tigers. Can he make it 5? No, that's gone left and floated through for another behind. 4-16-40. Now Richmond, 28 points in arrears of Collingwood, 9-14-68. Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
A reminder, we're back here tomorrow night.
We are.
Carlton and Melbourne.
Some of us are.
Yes, Sarah, we'll be here.
Sarah's back. Baz, are you back?
I'm back. Well,
Two-man, you back tomorrow night?
No, I'm not.
Jack had a look at the temperature and said, get stuffed. I'm not coming tomorrow night.
I've just flown back from Sydney. I've got to go back there again tomorrow. So.
Yes.
Timmy Solly will be in the house tomorrow.
Oh, Big Tim.
Chris Johnson. Big Tim's been in New Zealand.
He has. Average height for a young man. When he was 15, he was average. Then he had a growth spurt. Enormous now. Big Tim.
He's one of the finest auctioneers that you'll ever hear, Timmy. Been competing in a global event.
He has, actually. I saw that.
I think he got to the very back end of it as well, Timmy. It's
Did he win?
All about it tomorrow night.
Oh, no, okay. I don't want any seconds, thirds or fourths. It'll be a win.
Okay, well, you better tell him that tomorrow night.
Okay. Look at him, boss.
Schultz from near the interchange bench. Cox couldn't get a run at it. It's off a couple of sets of fists and rolls towards Collingwood's goal. Johnson tracks it towards the boundary line and that's out of bounds. 7 minutes remaining. That's a 28-point lead at Collingwood on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard. Thrown in left forward pocket.
The boundary throw in. As Frampton from behind will slap it, but straight to Rioli. Ball bounces through hands. Rioli breaks the tackle and then kicks across to the outer back pocket. No, the Pies could clean up here and snag one, but it's punched back out sideways, and McIntosh was waiting outside that big pack for the footy, and he delivers nicely out to the outer side wing where Steely Green.
Did you lose your bearings for just half a second?
Just a second, Joey. The ball kicked inside forward 50. No mark taken for the Tigers. They're inside. Bolton's got it. He'll create something. Hand pass back to Bolter. He's dragged down on his kick, and Kazitsky waits for it on the boundary line. Have a snap, 45 out. No, he just pops it up high. Under pressure he was. McCreary got a fist on it down to ground level. Dow has a snap from 25. across the body and puts it through for the Tigers. His first goal. And Richmond get their fifth for the night. 5-16-46, 9-14-68. Collingwood, and we've got 6 minutes left to play in the final term. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Thompson Dow's night too, man. He's been pretty solid.
He has 18 disposals, 5 clearances and a major.
As I mentioned, Joey, earlier, Thompson Dow's one of the young boys that he's been able to have a full pre-season, and the impact that actually has on your body and the way that you can play and you start to mature a little bit more. He's just been really impressive around the ground and at training. So hopefully, I really hope to see him get a few games this year.
Only 4 last year, Thompson Dow. So he's kind of at that stage now where he's been in the system for 3-4 years.
And brother in Paddy Dow, who was at Carlton, now at Saints, isn't it? Yeah.
As we tick past 19 minutes from McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. So good to be back for this year, and Chris bolts through the middle of the ground, punches a kick low towards Johnson, playing out of the top of the goal square. And Presti short, I should say. His kick wasn't his best. And Lipinski has footy in hand, just outside 50. Looks at the little kick to Hoskin Elliott. That's 70 metres out. Looks for a leading option. Cameron had it cut off. At ground level, Baker snaps with the left foot. It bounces end on end on end. Out of bounds. Insufficient intent.
So free kick to the Pies. Might individualise some of the players tonight who impress you, Joey and Sarah. Obviously there's a couple of experienced players like Schultz out there has had a run for Collingwood, plus some of the lights for both sides that maybe we haven't seen a lot of tonight. How have they looked as they head to the season proper? But Collingwood have got a kick inside forward 50, and Cameron's taken a mark on the boundary line. He's going to go back and have a set shot from about 35 metres out. So he wanders back with a footy in front of the majority of the crowd out there, in front of the big stand at Icon Park. And plenty of Collingwood fans out there. Just give him the respect of silence as he comes in for his set shot. Starts to wander in off the fence now. The Pies kicked 9 goals for the night. Darcy Cameron's had a bit of work to do. The ruckman having a set shot from the boundary line. Drop punt off the boot, didn't look too bad. Just to the right of the right goalpost and through for behind. 9-15-69. Plays 5-16-46. Who have you liked tonight?
From a Richmond perspective, Baz, I think Sam Naismith has shown that he can handle being the number one ruck. He's done some nice things. I think Josh Gibkiss as well has been really good in some contests and been able to play out a full game, so I think that's really positive signs for Richmond. And I think Liam Baker has been one of their best players. He's been excellent, and Thompson Dow, as we mentioned, has shown that he's more than capable of starting in the 22 for Richmond in a couple of weeks' time.
And I'll start with Collingwood. You've got Pat Lipinski as well. He's had a huge influence with the 23 disposals. He's had the 5 inside 50s and kicked himself 2 goals as well, so he's been really good. I did like Dean as well. He's done quite well. I had a few of those intercepts off half back, a little bit deeper as well. Who else we got? We had Quainers also had a bit of an influence in De Glowy. So you've got your usual suspects. Markov has been great too, again, just providing that run and carry.
And it's only the first time we're seeing them live, Sarah, but the system's still there, isn't it? Collingwood's system. It's just...
Absolutely, and we've heard Fry speak a little bit more about them, what you can do to build your game. So I think, again, just getting a few things right now, tweaking a few things. You know, if you stay with the same system all the time, that other teams will eventually try and catch that. So just being able to add that game, or tonight anyway in particular, being able to be really direct inside that forward half and forward 50. A little bit slow to start in that first quarter, but again, shake a few nerves.
The Pies will play the Giants on March the 9th as part of round 0. Richmond will also play on that same night against the Gold Coast Suns at Heritage Bank Stadium. We've got 3 minutes 20 left here. And it's Collingwood by 23 points. Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
All right, and Sarah touched on Pat Lipinski there. We'll have a chat to him after the game, the Magpie star. So there's a number 1 Guernsey. And the ball's been tapped out of bounds forward to the wing outer side for Richmond. So a boundary throw in. So 23-point lead to Collingwood, who've led most of the night. Richmond had the lead at quarter time by 6 points. It's a multitude of behinds saw Collingwood work their way back into the game. And again, the Pies just find a way. As Jat said, the system looks good as they set up for 2024. They go inside forward 50, off the hands of Brown. It's grabbed for the Tigers down there by Young, who hacks the ball outside defensive 50. Side bottom beat Graham to the footy and then drills it past the half forward. Johnson didn't mark. McRae, nice hands over the top of the pack. Gives it to Harrison. Harrison hand pass boundary line, 40 out Myercheck. Goes inboard to try and find a target in Schultz. Got bumped off the footy. Dow picks up the spillage at fullback for Richmond. Hand pass back to Brown. Short kick to the back pocket. And McIntosh, deep in that back pocket for Richmond, has taken the mark.
Cameron McIntosh just happy to stop and wait. It's been a humid sort of night. And touch wood, obviously, in the last couple of minutes, but both teams have got through with no injuries.
Yeah, I think so. We haven't seen anything that's caught our attention. So that's the first point of call. That's good news for both clubs, and I think it's been a pretty solid hit out for both of them leading into their first game.
Good mark by Mason Cox. Got back over his marking very quickly. Found McCreary, who is just outside 50. There's a long kick of the ball. We're getting into the back end of this game now. And the Pies fans can take a lot out of tonight. I think for Tigers supporters, some nuggets out of tonight for you as well. The man on the mark stands right on 50. McCreary gives it every chance. Up and under ball that's across the face and through for another minor score. And 9-16-70 Collingwood. Richmond 5-16-46 on the Triple M Titanium Caravan scoreboard.
Triple M Red Z landing stats. Ash, just some of the low numbers tonight, although players are rotated on and off the ground. A bit unfair, but who do you think maybe who's been on a bit hasn't had much of it?
Well, I'll just touch on the new recruits for the respective teams. Naismith, great story, hasn't played a game since 25th of June 2020. 13 disposals, 10 hit-outs and a couple of clearances, so well done to him. And Lockie Schultz, he's had 9 score involvements, second most on the ground, along with 13 touches and a major.
Kazitsky working on the wing, gets it to Dow, little push over the top and into the centre to Bolton. Over around the footy, Taranto, his mate, comes in and taps it back to him. Nice. Little hand pass Graham, another one Kazitsky. Short pass inside forward, 50's okay. An opportunity at ground level to swoop on the footy was Campbell. Had a flying shot at goal, and the Pies in the last line of defence will bring it out, and that be it through Noble. Finds a player at half-back in Steele, side bottom, who's still on the ground, Jack, with seconds to play in the last term.
He's pre-season number 90 for Steele side bottom, but he's still turned up. And
he keeps looking at the bench.
And they just say, keep running.
No, go on, Steele.
That's only the pre-season and still the Collingwood chant bellows around Icon Park. Yes. They love it, these fans.
Magnificent.
A 50-metre penalty is going to see Markov be taken to centre half forward. Pies are still running. Hoskin Elliott marks just outside 50. There's 15 seconds left. He should really do the right thing and kick a torp.
Absolutely, Jack. Spot on.
Instead, he does the unselfish thing and goes wider. The Pies pick up from where they left off last year. They start 2024 with a comfortable victory, and there's a bit going on after the play as well.
Hello.
Some push and shove. Meanwhile, the big barrel was loaded up, and because everyone was too busy pushing and shoving, no one touched it, and the goal's going to count to Billy Frampton.
Well, Mason Cox is right in amongst that, and Big Ryan's got hold of him, and I don't know what happened down there. Did you see what sparked it?
No.
Mason Cox and Samson Ryan looked like they were having a few words.
We're looking at the Harvey Norman replay if they bring it up, but they're now shaking hands. But it took a little while. Something certainly sparked something down there. 9-16-70 Collingwood to 5-16-46 Richmond is the final score.
Still going on too. Now Marlon Pickett and Mason Cox.
They want to have a bit of a crack. So the handshaking stopped here. And again, there's a little bit of angst.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
It was Mason Cox probably getting involved, but he didn't really have to. It was just
trying to stick up for his teammate.
Yeah.
Had to go at Marlon Pickett.
Just a bit of push and shove.
Bit of argy-bargy.
Yeah, a bit of argy-bargy blowing out.
Getting used to everything, kicking the footy, throwing around a few jumpers. But in the end, Collingwood, nice. What'd you think, the Pies?
Pretty solid, Baz. They were rusty early. They took their time to get going, but the longer the game went, the better they looked. It probably fizzled out a bit late, but certainly through those middle quarters, Collingwood had that ability to either go quick from half back and score off turnover. They controlled the ball when they needed to. They just did what they had to. They got what they needed out of it, and Richmond started well. They brought the energy. They had a lot of numbers around the footy, dominating around contest, but just as the game went on and it opened up a little bit, they weren't able to keep up with Collingwood on the outside.
Yeah, and you're right, Joey. Richmond, you're just starting to see a little bit of this potentially new game style under the new coach, Adam Uze. So using that handball receive a lot more, the run and carry. And again, in that first quarter, it was really evident and they were able to capitalise on it a little bit more. But as the game started to go on, a little bit of wear and tear, you saw that Collingwood got on top of them.
All right, this is the Triple M AAMI review. We'll chat to Pat Lipinski very, very shortly. Ash, what do the numbers tell you after this wing to the Pies tonight?
Well, the Magpies, 7 more entries inside 50, but the marks inside 50, 14-9, 9-4 in the back half of the game, and the uncontested mark differential plus 61 in favour of the Magpies. Number 1 ranked player on the ground was Lipinski, 23 disposals, 9 score involvements and a couple of majors. De Goey, he had 22 touches and a goal. For the Tigers, 27 to Short, 26 to Taranto. Well done to Sam Naismith again, 13 possessions, 10 hit-outs and a couple of clearances. And Lockie Schultz, 14 disposals, 9 score involvements and a goal.
Thanks, Ash. And I suppose for both sides, Joey and Sarah, as much as you want to have a solid hit-out, you want to get away with it reasonably unscathed, and I think they both have tonight.
I think they have. I think they've got the minutes out of everyone they needed to. You can see Jamie Elliott and Nick Dacos put the warm-up tops on a bit earlier in this game, so they've all been managed to the minute, these teams, and they'll be raring to go opening round.
We speak of minutes now. As a senior player at the best of times, you kind of look towards the clock going, yep, it's my turn to come off. Still side bottom at 87% game time and was the 4th most for Collingwood.
Yeah, I find it fascinating, and also the fact they've got him running around the square doing laps at the moment. I think that's harsh after the final siren. 10-16, 76, 5-16, 46 for the Tigers. What about for the side that wasn't the victor in the practice match here tonight for Richmond? Pretty much what you saw, Joey, is what you thought?
Oh, well, we didn't really know how the Tigers were going to play. It was good to get a first-hand look at them live. As I touched on earlier, it certainly looks like they're going to be a contest-based team, getting a lot of numbers around the ball and trying to use their handball to run through teams. If they can't, they're happy just to kick it long to a contest and then try and again surge and get more numbers to the next fall of the ball. So it's going to be a slightly different style to some other teams. They're going to have to find a bit of balance. I think Two-Man just mentioned they need to find an ability to take some more uncontested marks, take the sting out of the game at times, because that style will be very taxing, and we could certainly see it that as the game went on, they were struggling to continue to play their brand.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy, we love our Maccas I'm Loving It moment. What did we dish up tonight?
And I can tell you, if anyone's actually at the ground right now, Nick Dacos just ran off with a ripped shirt. So all the girls, I heard a little scream down there.
Hey.
Right, I said. Hey.
Oh, don't worry, I'm right up on my horses.
It was a moment there, Sarah.
Yeah, there was. I'm still waiting for the photo.
That's
but
right. That's right. Nick Dacos got his jumper ripped, and it was a bit of a moment there. Was that your first Macca's I'm Loving It moment?
It was.
Well done.
Definitely
Fantastic.
Was. And first clanger, so double.
And you got both.
Got both in one night.
Started
I don't know whether we celebrate this kind of thing, but I am.
Yes.
They cancel each other out.
Yes. Carlton Melbourne, of course, here tomorrow night. So we'll be back at Icon Park, and it's a good setup here, really. I know you were a bit worried about coming up the stairs. I was fine, because I'm on a...
No, you were good.
With a PT and everything.
You motored up these stairs,
I motored up.
Yeah.
But nice setup here.
A little sweaty, but yeah.
Another ground, a suburban ground, Joey, no longer with us, but still producing some great crowds. The AFLW Grand Final here I thought was fantastic. And tonight, nice little setup.
Yep, the surface is in great nick, and we're just watching Collingwood. Oleg Markov, was that going to be the best on ground, or was he just taking the trophy on behalf of the captain? But with that big, look at that.
It's a massive handlebar mustache.
Massive.
There's a fair bit of Lemmy in that from Motorhead when you look at it.
But it's the food bank trophy that he's won. So.
A giant pineapple on top of the trophy.
Yes, absolutely. He's very happy. had a pretty good night. He started well. I thought his first...
Yeah, it's an amazing story, isn't it? He was an SSP selection 12 months ago, and now he's a premiership player and looking to build on that this year.
What about that list, Ash? Where we're going, of course, we've got Carlton and Melbourne tomorrow.
Yeah, we certainly have, Baz.
Tomorrow night.
And then a double header on Thursday, Sydney v Brisbane at Blacktown, followed by the Giants taking on the Suns at Manuka. And then on Friday, Geelong versus the Bombers at GMHBA Stadium.
Ooh.
And Port versus the Dockers at Alberton.
How do you feel about your Bombers, Baz?
Sorry?
How do you feel about your Bombers?
Oh, we're hopeful. We don't have expectations at Essendon. No, we don't. So we're hopeful.
And then on the Saturday, Baz...
Where did you have it, Joey?
Missing the 8, I think.
Oh, it's a bit harsh.
And then Adelaide v West Coast on the Saturday.
Yes.
Hawthorn v Bulldogs down in Launceston. And then another suburban ground from the past, Moorabbin. Saints taking on North at Joey's spiritual
the
home.
The crowd have been rolling out to They've been getting
good spot.
Good crowd there.
Yeah, nice. That'll be you'll be there, Jack, for that.
I'll be there on Sunday.
Yeah, that'll be a
looking
beauty.
forward to that. That'll be good.
That'll be a beauty. So as we roll on into the season, we may be heading downstairs, not quite yet, but Pat Lipinski will be joining us very, very shortly. So we roll us into the season unscathed tonight, and hopefully other sides as well.
Yeah, that's right. They got everything they wanted out of it. I would think the Pies, we got a bit of a look at that forward mix, and I think they'd be pretty pleased with what they dished up tonight.
All right, Pat Lipinski has joined us downstairs with Nat Unitas.
Yeah, that's right, Baz. He's had a night out, 23 disposals and 2 goals for Pat Lipinski tonight. Pat, I know it's only pre-season, but how much do you guys take out of a win like that?
Yeah, it was a good game, pretty hot in the beginning, and they came out really strong, and our ability to just play the 4 quarters was really awesome, and we take a lot of things out of that. We'll probably review it and go into GWS in the round 0 and focus on a few things that we can improve on and have a look at what we're doing really well. So yeah, it's a good hit out.
There was a bit of feeling in that towards the end, a bit of push and shove. Can you fill us in? Can you enlighten us what was going on down there in the goal square?
I was actually on the wing trying to get a kick off Billy Frampton, so I was calling out, didn't see it, and he's actually roosted one from 70 and it's bounced through. So I don't know what happened in the fight. I think it was Coxie and Pickett getting into it, but not too sure what was happening.
Paddy's a lover, not a fighter. Nat, he would stay well away from that. Hey, Paddy, just a quick one on the game style tonight. It took 130 marks, which is probably a little bit unusual to what we're used to for Collingwood. Was that a little bit of a plan or something you've worked on over the pre-season, or was it purely just the way the game panned out?
It wasn't really a plan or anything. We played really quick against North last week, and it was pretty much just that pre-season footy, just up and down. So it wasn't really a focus, but we just controlled the ball and just wanted to change our ball movement, a bit of slower footy and then some quicker as well, which we know we're really good at.
And Paddy, Sarah Hosking here. Obviously, Nat mentioned your stats earlier, but you're in absolutely fine form at the moment. Can you just walk us through how your pre-season's gone?
Yeah, pre-season's been good fun. We had a short turnaround after the finals and we're back at it pretty quickly. So, it's just good to be healthy from my perspective. I got injured in this game last year and had a few shoulder recos, so I'm just happy to be playing and looking forward to the first game.
You're looking sharp, mate. Hey, what about playing alongside Lockie Schultz, a big addition for the club over the summer? Just tell us a little bit about his personality, what he's brought in the locker room, but also what he's brought on the field.
Yeah, he's a great bloke, very nice, very humble. We're loving having him at the club, and on field he's just, that lively small forward, can pop up, kick 4 goals, set a lot of goals up. He's just a really handy addition to have along the side of Bobby and Bo, those small forwards, and Jamie Elliott, so it's awesome.
Paddy, we've kind of been drawn to Oleg Markov. Well, we're drawn to him all the time. He's a real weird character. Can you step us through that mustache, though, and what's going on at the moment? That's next level sort of stuff, isn't it?
Weird character's a bit stiff, but he's alternative. He's a good bloke. The mustache, I don't know, he did Movember and shaved it off, so I think he's trying something new, and I don't know if he's getting the straightener out or something because it's looking outrageous, but whatever he does, it's funny, and we love it.
I know you've had a big night, Pat, but we're going to keep you for another 10 minutes now, mate. Get in there. All the best for the season, mate, and from all of us here at Triple M Footy.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Pat
Lipinski there with Nat Unitas on the boundary line when he gets set to wrap it up here. Carlton and Melbourne tomorrow night. It was the Pies by 30 points over Richmond. Joey Montagna, Sarah Hosking, outstanding. Ashley Chua is an icon, and we appreciate him turning up tonight. Nat Unitas on the boundary line, superb. Jack, I've never heard a better call well played. Baz signing off. Jace, thanks for looking after us. And George as well. And Benny as well, who's looked after us tonight. And Leroy back in the studio. You are a legend. And we love you dearly. Baz signing off on behalf of the crew. And remember this all season and you'll be fine, and that is for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water Triple M Rocks Footy.
That quarter for Titanium Caravans.
For Ream Hot Water.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Kickstart your day with a laugh. Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show.
A Florida man is breathing easier now that 150 live bugs have been removed from his nose. The problem might have stemmed from his bad hygiene habits when handling dead fish. What in hell is that bit about?
Maybe he's a fisherman who then held a fish and went like this, wiped his nose, and a little bug crawled up and laid eggs.
The Marty Sheargold Show. 6 to 9 weekdays on Melbourne's 105.1 Triple M.
And for extra Marty, get the podcast from the Listener app.